Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you guys doing out there? Welcome. This is Big Mike's blog. I am your humble host, Big Mike, coming to you from my humble home. Just a humble man, humble everywhere. Everything's humble. No, I'm kidding. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. I'm doing wonderful. I went to go see the Avengers. Just came home from seeing the Avengers. Wonderful movie. I think if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. I don't think you'll be disappointed unless you're like a really harsh movie critic or you're just like one of those people who hate sequels. Then you'll hate the movie. But beyond that, I think it's a great movie, so you should check it out. But no, I wanted to do a blog today because I haven't done one in about a week. I kind of like, I don't want to like blow up YouTube with my blogs. I like to kind of hit you with a little flurry of blogs, and I kind of want to let them simmer and let you guys watch them, hopefully watch them all, and kind of gauge them and see what you think about them, and then I kind of will put some out there here and there. So this blog is going to be a little bit different. It's kind of a two-in-one kind of blog where I'm going to be touching on two different things, but they're kind of tied in together to some degree. So bear with me. I hope I'm able to tie them all in together and it will make sense to you guys. So basically, what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about, as you know, on Saturday, for those of you who know, if you don't know, then you've probably been living under a rock for the past God knows how long. Um, the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight took place on Saturday night. And for those of you who don't know, Floyd Mayweather won said fight. Okay? A lot of controversy, a lot of people bitching and moaning about the fight, angry as hell because they thought the fight was whack. They felt like Floyd Mayweather danced around and didn't really fight and didn't really hit anyone or didn't really, it was just him dancing around and whatever the case may be. Actually, I listen. I listened to this podcast First Take. It's with Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. These two ex sports writers, and Skip Bayless actually had the nerve to say that he felt like Manny Pacquiao won the fight, which he didn't win the fight. Um, Now look, I like both fighters. I wasn't rooting for anyone specifically. My personal opinion was I felt like Floyd Mayweather was going to win the fight because he's a defensive fighter and he's not going to really do anything to lose the fight. He's going to do whatever he can to win the fight. And from that standpoint, that's what he did. Now, if you guys are, if the, I think the problem is that people, and I guess to some degree, people have a legit argument. I guess is that you're paying all this money to go and watch the fight either at a bar. Like I paid $20 to go stand at a Shoeless Joe's downtown to watch the fight because other places were charging like $30, which is ridiculous. And then like the pay per view was like $100 to go see the fight. Like who the hell's paying that much money to go see a fight, right? So if you're gonna pay all that money, you want to like see blood and knockdowns and flurries of punches, and that really wasn't the fight. And I think people were upset about that, and to some degree, that's fair. But at the same time, I think people need to put in perspective and understand that Floyd Mayweather isn't that kind of fighter. He's more of a tactical fighter. He's a defensive fighter. He's gonna get, and then he's gonna take it. He's gonna throw punches when he needs to throw punches to score points and get the win. That's what he's gonna do. And obviously, Manny Pacquiao is more of a aggressive, throw a lot of punches, try to get you winded and knock you out type of guy. That's kind of how his style is. And unfortunately, Pacquiao didn't do enough to win the fight. I don't think Pacquiao lost the fight. I just didn't feel like Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. So that's basically my take on it. I know people are probably going to disagree and call me a Floyd Mayweather lover and all this kind of crap, which is ridiculous. Um, I mean, I respect greatness. I mean, he's undefeated. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Just like when the Kentucky Wildcats, the college basketball team, um, when men's college basketball team, when they were undefeated, I respected that. I mean, they are one of my favorite teams, but I also respect the fact that they were undefeated. I respect greatness. So, that's all. But people were upset. That's fine. And I mean, and there's people that don't like Mayweather for a lot of reasons. They don't like him because he makes a lot of money. They don't like him because he flaunts his money. They don't like him because he's arrogant. They think he's an arrogant person, which is fair. And they also don't like him because he's a wife beater, which now I'm going to segue kind of into my next topic. So, as I was leaving the fight, um, I was on the streetcar heading home, and I was actually having a conversation with these three other girls and this one guy actually about the fight. And the one girl me and her were talking, and she was like, I hate Mayweather straight up. I don't like him. And I think she was maybe a little bit intoxicated, but that's okay. But she was like, I hate Floyd Mayweather, and he's a wife beater, and I can never support him. You know, and I said, you know what? And she said that, and she was arguing her point, and I'm like, you know what? I can't disagree with you. That's fair point. But you know what the problem is? Is that people don't care. They don't care because people want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality. And that kind of segues into my next point with these athletes or celebrities and stuff like that. And I guess the question that I have to pose is, are we sacrificing morality for entertainment? Meaning, are we willing to let these athletes or these celebrities do heinous, messed up, bad shit? Are we willing to just bypass that in order for us to be entertained? It's an interesting question, you know. And I brought up to her, what you're saying is true, but I mean, there's a lot of instances now with the NFL, for example, where like if you watch the NFL the past year and a half, there was like 4 or 5 cases of domestic abuse where these big, gigantic football players are beating their wives, like Ray Rice. You saw that. Everyone saw that. Everyone saw Ray Rice pummel his wife in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? And it changed everyone's perception of, domestic abuse because it had, you saw it, because even when I had heard about it, I didn't think it was that serious, to be honest with you. I just thought it was just, they had an argument and he may have like grabbed her or whatever. Even that's wrong, but that's the way they made it seem initially that was the case. But then when you saw the video, obviously that wasn't the case. And there's many other cases where there was, Greg Hardy. He's a player, defensive player for I believe it's he plays for the Cowboys now, where he threatened to kill his girlfriend and dumped her on a bunch of guns and said that all these guns are loaded and I'll kill you. And I can shoot you at any time. All because they had a conversation about Nelly. Because his ex-girlfriend at the time, she used to date Nelly the rapper. And that's how that argument started. And he got offended and pissed off and lost his mind and ended up beating the crap out of her. Ray McDonald, something along those lines, and I mean, that's the thing, and people will say, oh, that's wrong, and da-da-da-da, and the NFL's this and that, but guess what? People still go and watch the NFL. Just like as much as people want to hate on Mayweather and this and that and don't like him, they still paid money to see the fight, Like that girl she went to go see the fight, even though she hated Mayweather. But I think more or less people watch that fight just to see if Mayweather would get knocked out, but their dream didn't happen. So, but that's the thing. Like ultimately are we sacrificing our morality for entertainment? Like I'll give you even another example that you think about. R.kelly, the R&B singer, perfect example. You know why I say that's a perfect example? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he charged with sleeping with a minor? And the minor was like 15 years old, and R. Kelly was God knows how old. Didn't he come out with the Chocolate Factory like the next year, and it sold like 3 million records? People don't care. And my friend told me like he's heard and researched like other shit about not research, but he found out some other shit about R. Kelly, like some freaky crazy shit about the man. Like he's like basically a pedophile, like a legit pedophile. Like there's not even a discussion that he's a legit pedophile. But yet people don't care because why? People want to be entertained. It's like the gladiators back in the day, when they would be in the Coliseum in the arena and they'd kill each other for sport. And that was bad, but people still watch because people want to be entertained. It's not like my personal opinion is that's just the reality. We all want to be entertained. But I just thought I would bring it up for you guys out there in YouTube land. And those of you who are watching this to debate this and think about it. It's something to think about, though. Because honestly, like having that conversation with the girl really made me think about it. Like it's something I'd always thought about. But then when I had that conversation with her, it was something I really thought about. I was like, wow. we are kind of like savages to some degree. We want to be entertained, even if it's a wife beating, arrogant, money throwing person and boxer, or a person who basically threatens to kill his girlfriend, or someone who punches their girlfriend in an elevator, or someone who sleeps with a minor. If they make good music, all that shit gets trumped, you know? So, I mean, it makes you think. It really makes you think. As a society, kind of where have we gone, or is that how we are as a society? Are we just more about being entertained and that's all that matters? You know. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Okay, I don't know. I just wanted to bring up these points to get your brain stirring and to think. And on that note, on that sad note, no kidding. On that note, I'm going to be signing off. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this blog. I know it was kind of a two-pronged blog, but I hope that I tied it all in together and got you guys to think and hopefully debate this and discuss this with your loved ones and friends and family. I'll be back shortly with another, well, in a bit. I don't know when I'm going to do a next blog, but I might do one later on or tomorrow or next week. You'll never know. But keep tuned in because you'll never know. I'll be popping out blogs like crack. I'll be popping them out like cocaine, just slanging it all over the place. So get ready. No I'm kidding. You guys take care, stay safe. Before I go, I'm gonna leave you with a motivational quote. Hope you guys are gonna enjoy your day. Remember, don't be afraid to be great. All right, take care.